All right, so this is going to be our first start on programming lights in dPro. So let's get into it. So you're probably used to, by now, if you're looking at this video and interested in programming lights, you should be familiar with show control. If you're not, you need to go back and look at the other videos that go into show control first, because that's the obvious first step. So I'm going to close down show control. Yes, I might just close down the whole thing for now. And you want to get into the regular dPro, not dPro Player, regular dPro. So double click up here. Wait for it to load up. And we're good to go. All right, cool. So I like to move this in the top left-hand corner. Make it a bit smaller because we don't use it all that much. All right, so we've got various windows here. So on the right, this one here is called the library. It's where all our cues are stored that mostly me and a few other people have saved over the year or so we've had this app. Now here is where you find the other windows within dPro. So this one is a very important one called the device browser. We're going to look at that right now. So what you can see here is like a bird's eye view of F2 and all the lights. You probably can't see it really well because of, you know, we couldn't get the screen recording working, so we're filming the screen and it looks pretty bad, so I apologize for that. So, but anyway, you can select individual fixtures. Remember, those lights, the professional term is fixture, not a light. We can select them, and then once we select them, we can edit them. Okay, so that's nice to look at sometimes. So you leave that there. I'm not going to use that right now. I'm actually going to go over to my library and find something called groups. Now let's say we want to program a brand new front light. So down here, groups, there is something called LED wash. That's what we want. I click on that. And if you look really closely, you can see the 1, 2, 3, 4 LED wash lights have been selected. So because they're selected, we can now go to the programmer. And the programmer will then be able to program the selected lights or fixtures. So press the programmer and away we go. All right, cool. So up here we have the dimmer. So we need generally start putting the dimmer at full. Let that go. You notice something popping up here, and that's okay. So here we can either choose a color from the color wheel, and this is automatically changing stuff on stage. So I'll just demonstrate what just happened here by using the T-bar. So once we start playing with this, the whole the whole stage is being animated. Okay, so we can choose a color this way if you want to, or you can do it manually by going red, green, blue, white, and amber. Okay, and so you can mix your own colors there. If you look online, there's a lot of different mixtures. They'll actually tell you what mixtures look good for certain colors, or you can just make your own color by yourself, like that. Okay, so good fun. So let's say we want a, I don't know, this kind of deep kind of purple look. So red, a little bit of white. Do we want all that amber light? Does that help? I don't think it does, maybe a little bit. We've also got UV. Now UV doesn't really work, it's really weak compared to the rest of the lights, but if you know what UV light is, it makes things glow, makes your teeth go white. If you've got a white t-shirt, it makes it glow. It can be really cool, but you just generally use it on its own. Okay, so there's that. But so we want purple, so generally you want some combination of red and blue, and you can, you know, change the purple around a little bit and make different shades by mixing in some other ones, maybe a bit of white. All right, let's say I really like this. So I'm happy with the color, happy with how it looks on stage. So what I'm going to do is you need to fill in you need to have a setting in every part of the light. So strobe, we always set strobe off. That's a rule of school. We don't use strobe lighting because it's potentially dangerous for some students. I'll just, okay. Color macros we want to have off. Color macros can be cool, not for what we're doing right now. Mode off. But even though it was off before, we want to have this green thing colored in. Speed sensitivity off, dimmer speed set from menu. All right, you always have it from that. Not that it really matters. So we've got a setting in each of the different things. All right, we've made a color. We've got a purple front wash. So then we go to save as cue, and we give it a name, and we just go purple. It's good to give it a library folder so it goes in a certain place. And we just go, I'll need to remember what the library folder is called. I think it's called, actually I'm just going to go out of this and find out. Mover wash. I think, no, sorry. LED wash or front LED? Front LED, I think. Yeah, let's call it that. So save as Q. We'll call it purple. P-U-R-P-L-E, bum bum. And it'll be front, caps lock, front, L-E-D. And I made a spelling mistake. T across. All right, which now appears in the library. Front LED. No? Anyway. I just made a new one here. All right, and there we go, purple. So we can then put that into show control. We can make it do lots of different things, all right? So that's one way to do a color. If you want to do a different color, easy peasy. You just choose that color that you want, knowing that you've just made the stage yellow, and then save as Q, call it yellow. LED front, or whatever I called it. Okay. Done. Now, if you want to put that into show control, which is how we, functionally use our lights. Nice to start show control with a blank canvas. So pressing this one. Currently the program is doing stuff, so you got to close the programmer before you move into show control. Now everything's gone dark. If you want to put that look you just made, like this one here, this purple one, click, drag, drop, and then you can use the preset you just made. Okay, cool. And that's how you do basic programming in dPro. Okay, so you can do that with front lights, side lights, drape lights as well, and also multiples of them. Okay, sorted, done.